You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Call us dangerous. Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us. No ball, but ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard for you.
Coach, we are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And the hole closes quickly there. It's maybe a couple up to the 38. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 38-yard line.
Watch the shift!
Now Leonard Fournette, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Come on out here, come get some. Come get some. Come on here, come get it, go.
From the gun, Compton. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Compton. And his throw here's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Compton. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now it's Watson. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Operating from the gun, Compton going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James O'Shaughnessy, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll make the score 14-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's Watson. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Mecole Hardman, his first touchdown of the new season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And all the way down to the 42. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 41 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Fournette. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Compton connecting here with DJ Shark. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Shark, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 25 yards that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. Looking sideline, incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. Flushed out right. And this is caught off a deflection. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A pass there complete to Westbrook. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Fournette, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Compton. That one complete. He finds Sharp. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 30 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down, it's Miller, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Watson, it's complete to Fuller. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. They'll set up the screen to Fournette. And a big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Compton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And you don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. from the gun. Here's Watson. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Josh Allen able to get him for a loss of about 3.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Off play action, Compton. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Over 30 yards there. And 1st downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Compton. He's got the hook up for Conley. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 12-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Compton. And this is caught by Lee. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
Now Fournette. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. Looking to throw on second down. Compton. And this will be incomplete.
Compton's pass, thrown away and incomplete. Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Batted away by the rookie out of Kentucky, Lonnie Johnson. The kick by Lambeau is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And the Texans
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. He's got Fuller. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. Let's see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
On 1st and 10, Compton. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the gun, Compton. The open man is Westbrook. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They'll look to throw again. Caught here by Conley. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. This is Fournette. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal.
Brings up 4th and goal.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. Leonard Fournette denied on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Tighten up, tighten up.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. A throw out wide to QT, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. Got an open man, it's QT. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Jags grab it. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. And that is a tough pill to swallow. All they had to do, Charles, keep the ball, work this clock.
The only way for the defense to win was to force the fumble. And they did. Took it the other way for a score. And now, if you're the offensive team, it will take a miracle, perhaps, to win this ball game.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Now it's Watson. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 39 yards there, a big one. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Watson now to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. From the red zone now, Watson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Watson. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that. But also, you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure.